Hi, I'm Kamon Reynolds, and if you've ever wondered how to tie a bee veil, we're going to explain multiple ways in this video. Now, I'm using a Kelly or Man Lake model bee veil for this, but every company has different ways of doing things. We'll explain that towards the end. Now, first of all, if you've never done this before and you've never had any instructions, you probably were like me on the first try and looked like Charlie Brown trying to fly a kite. Well, hopefully we can avoid that with this video. So first of all, you just throw it on. Now this one right here, if you'll notice, has two strings, and it also has two little loops right here. And that is really unique to me. A lot of the classic older veils were styled a little bit differently, and we'll explain why and how you can address that if you have one that's more like that. So with this one, we're going to take it and just pull those pretty tight, and then we're going to pull them underneath our arms, and then just bring it back around kind of like an apron, and around again. Now if you have too much extra string, you can always cut some of it off, but make sure you don't cut it off before you're sure that you don't need it. Now if you'll notice, this goes down in here to my chest, keeps it pretty tight. It's very tight going up into here, and also it's very tight back up into there. Now you'll notice this ring. We'll be showing you what that ring is in a minute. Now that's something Laurel put in there for me because I prefer that. Now, if you noticed, when I turned around, there was a couple inches at least of my neck exposed. If you use this style of bee veil that only has the front securement, then you're probably going to need to have a collar or be okay with occasionally a bee getting up in there. It's not going to be getting up into your veil, but it can, stuff can drop down into your shirt, so that's a little bit of a bummer, and that's why we're going to get into that ring here in just 1 second. Alright, let's show you another method. This is one of the tricks that Laurel and I have come up with, because this type again only has the securement really in the front, and I'm not really a big fan of it. So all you have to do is get a nice keychain ring, you probably have one lying around somewhere, and stick it directly in the back. This is going to do a lot for us, and you're fixing to see. Now some of your bee veils are already going to have them like this. A lot of the old classic ones, you had a ring in the front and a ring in the back, or you had a ring in the front and then you had the strings in the back, and that worked very well. But I really feel like you need a securement in front and the back to give you the best security. Alright, so we're just going to take these strings in the front and we are going to bring them up into it and just pull them all the way through. And then we'll talk about this veil here in a second and why I'm using it. Now we're going to take those strings and just separate them out kind of off to the side. And then we're just going to pull ourselves into it. Put your strings towards the back, and now it's kind of like a vest. Get one over here and just get that underneath your arm. Get another one over here, get that underneath your arm. Now you gotta get your strings in the back. Now, before you tighten it down, you can kind of spread it out just a little bit. Alrighty. Got it really nice and tight. So we're going to be bringing it underneath our arms, coming from the back this time. And you can like spread this out real quick before you tighten it down really good. That way it's not so close up against your neck. Gives you a little bit more right there. Alright, just basically the same thing, just like tying down a apron, and there you have it. Now check out the back. It's very different. You see how much more security I have back there? It's a whole lot more protection. Plus, I think it just helps evenly disperse the pressure that is happening around your neck and your chest with all this drawstring. It feels better. It's better all the way around. So you can do that, which is a simple chain, but a lot of the models out there will have it. So before you order one, you might ask about that. Now I got mine from Kelly's. I like the round veil. The square veil is also similar in the fact that it is stationary on your head. Some of the newer veils, I'm more the fencing type, and you'll see that when I wear my bee suit. One of the things I hate the most about them is when you turn your neck, the veil does not turn with you, and so you're looking into the mesh. And this veil right here it's great because this stays in the same place every time. Those other ones, they go back and forth on your head. There's a lot of flux. And with these right here, it's just solid. Same distance, same distance. It's just much easier on your eyes, consistency. Also, I feel like your peripheral vision with these is, well, it is much, much better. So I like these. You can also get these Vels from Kelly's with a jacket or a bee suit. So if you're wanting more securement but still have the visibility, you can do that. Now I'm going to leave a link below in the comments where I got this Vel, anything like that, who to talk to. I like to talk to Jacinda there at Kelly's because she is already used to putting up with all my shenanigans, and I don't like to make a bunch of people mad, so I just make her mad, and so she only has to, you know, nah, she doesn't get mad. She's great. Honestly, you ought to call Jacinda at Kelly's if you want one of these because she's very easy to get along with and all that kind of stuff. But seriously, it's not that hard to tie down a bee veil. These are really handy when you're maybe not even getting into a beehive, but you're doing something around the bee yard and you just want a little bit of protection. There are always those days, and just because we do a lot of our videos without a bee suit doesn't mean that we don't have it available. We're very experienced. We get stung probably more than anybody that you know a year, and we accept that. We're okay with that. So always play it safe, but just keep in mind that if you're wanting to tie down a veil, here's a couple tips and tricks. I hope that it helped, and always thanks for watching our videos.